Hey guys, welcome to the vlog today. Today we're going to talk about just enjoying your time with God. Do you have those chores that you just absolutely hate having to do? Some people don't like doing the dishes, and some people are bothered when they have to do all their laundry. Some people don't like anything that takes more than 10 minutes and some of their energy. Personally, I hate having to mow. It takes too much time, too much energy, and especially when it's 107 outside, you get nasty and sweaty. And it really bothers me to have to mow. But sometimes in prayer and Bible reading, we get in a mode of almost dreading it. Not to say that we don't like seeking God, but it can just easily become a chore that we have to do, and there's no real enjoyment behind it. It can kind of be like waiting for your shift to end at work. You're looking at the clock, 2 minutes have passed, 3 minutes have passed, and you're just counting it down until you can leave. And we don't want it to be like that when we spend time with God.
The good news is that our time with God doesn't have to be like that. We can actually step into a secret place with Him where there's excitement as we press in to learn more about God and to spend time with Him. And if we look at the example of David, we see a man who knew the joy of God because he was always seeking to spend more time with God. And as a young man, David was left for hours to tend a flock of sheep, and he was in the field for several hours, and he probably didn't have anybody else to talk to, and he would talk to God. He would spend time with God, and he would write poetry and prayers, and that's where a lot of the Psalms come from in his later life, because he had developed all of those abilities to talk with God and to walk with God and to just spend time with God. And he had been a man who dedicated time to the Father God, and it wasn't a chore to him. It was more of a joy that filled his life. And later on, as an old man, we see that David was the one that wanted to be in God's presence. He was the one that said, what I want to do is seek God and to be in His presence. In Psalms 27:4, it says, "This is the one thing that I ask of the Lord, the thing that I seek the most. It's to live in the house of the Lord all of the days of my life, delighting in the Lord's perfections and meditating in His temple."
We talked about earlier this week about that we want you to dedicate time to spend with Him and studying His Word and being consistent in that. But we don't want it to be, if you've dedicated 30 minutes, we don't want it to be something that you dread. We want you to look forward to it. Don't count down the minutes that you have to pray or that you have to read. Instead, enjoy the time that that you have to be in His arms. Climb up in His lap and just sit there with God, with your Father, and enjoy those things. You're not wasting His time, and you're absolutely not wasting yours. Keep pressing in, even when it feels like a chore, and pray that God will put a passion, desire, and love in you for His presence and for prayer. As always, there's the scriptures at the end of the blog. We hope that you check those out, and we will see you soon.